4 minutes of coffee time with everyone. What do we have right here? Ooh, filters if we wanted. Good morning, Jennifer. Got a couple in here so far. There's Heather. Yay. Very good. Yeah, definitely makes more sense to show up a little early. Hey, Liz. Jennifer, Heather, Alyssa. I've got 5. Who else do we have in here? Got 2 people in here. I also don't know. Got Brett again. We made it through. Our marriage survived last week's or Wednesday's snafu. Dun, dun. You guys who are here, good morning. Yay. Thank you guys for being here. All right. So, guys who are here now, you can go ahead and start warming up, just walking, easy jog, maybe do some ankle rolls, really get that full range of motion in your ankle. If I get bored of going in circles with my ankles, I'll write my name. Really hope my ankle's cracking, but really just start to feel those ankles out. Maybe, especially if you're on a treadmill or you have something you can hold on to outside, some leg swings, back and forth, side to side. Breathing into those hip flexors, get everything loose and relaxed that needs to be loose and relaxed. Got 90 seconds before class officially starts, which is nice because we're doing a bunch of 90-second intervals today. Good morning, Therese. Hey. So I'm going to call them intervals anyway, even though we're going 90, 90, 90. I want to think of this class as the ultimate goal would be you're running the whole 45 minutes. If you're not quite there, if you're doing different things, if you happen to be pregnant, like some of us are, not me, but my sister, then definitely use that first 90 seconds as a walk break, really get your heart rate down and low, nice and easy. Then our second 90 seconds, that's when we're going to go into a little harder effort. So you'll see on what I posted that second 90 seconds, I'm saying if you were going to run comfortably difficult for a half hour, or alternatively, if you were going to race a 10K or a half marathon. So no, I don't expect you to go race a 10K or a half marathon in a half hour, but effort-wise, when I'm talking racing, it's clearly a harder effort than what you would just run out and do for a half hour. So feel free to shoot me questions throughout this. I will address them as we go on, but we've got, let's see, we're coming up on 7:30, so then I will officially start class, which will include a little warm-up. Some of you are just a little extra warmed up. Nice job. Put my coffee down. Got this nice little Easter mug. And now we're ready to get started. All right. So thank you guys all so much for being here today. Happy Friday. Good morning, Marissa. Right on time. Yay. Good to see you. All right. So I'm here coaching. Brett is here once again taking class. We're going to get going. So what I just said to some of you guys, the ultimate goal of this class would be to run the entire 45 minutes. So when I'm asking you to start off at a pace, not right yet, we're still going to warm up. So right now, just go ahead and find a nice easy walk, maybe a super easy jog. So go ahead and find that right now as I start chatting. So that first 90 seconds of these 3 90-second intervals, I'll explain the quotations behind intervals in a second. The ultimate goal would be you're just running the whole class. All right? Morning, Teresa. All right. So that first 90 seconds, I want you to think of a pace, regardless of where you're at, fitness, training, health. If I were going to say right now, all right, class starts now, you've got 45 minutes, set a pace, maintain it for 45 minutes, bye. That's the pace you're going to start at for the first 90 seconds, all right? So pace you're confident you can maintain that first 90 seconds, but for as if you were running for a whole 45 minutes, okay? So that's 90 seconds number 1. Then we're going to shift gears. 90 seconds number 2, that's going to be if I were going to say, all right, go for 30 minutes. All you're doing is 30 minutes. What's a pace you can comfortably endure while still pushing it but not full on racing? Find that pace. Alternatively, you can think of gear 2 as if you are a more experienced racer, you have some of those paces in your head. If you were going to go out and race a 10K or race a half marathon, somewhere in there, you're finding that pace. Those of you guys who have done a lot of cadence distance with me, I'm talking lactate threshold pace there, all right? So if you were going to go all out for an hour or a little more comfortably difficult for 30 minutes, that's your gear 2 pace, okay? Gear 3, we are not going all the way to a 9 out of 10 effort today. And that's because after gear 3, we're going right back to gear 1. So we're going right back to that if you were going to run for an hour straight or if you were going to walk for an hour straight, that pace, okay? So just so you have that in mind for gear 3, we're going to pick it up to a 7 or 8 out of 10 effort. So if you were going to go race 10K to 5K, we're still going to run fast, but we're not going all the way to that point of, I don't know if I can go any faster. I still want you pacing a little bit here. So a little more cadence distance style class today. All right? So we are going to go ahead wherever you're at right now. Let's pick it up to that pace. If I were going to ask you to hold this pace the entirety of class, what would that pace be? What is a pace you are confident you can maintain? Morning, Mary. All right, so go ahead and find that pace right here. 90 seconds. Let's go. So let's talk form right from the get-go. Zipping up. If I had an imaginary zipper going from the floor up through my core, pulling either side of my abdominal muscles together as if it was a jacket. Braced in that core, strong in those glutes, long in that spine. Maybe you don't have to actually do it, but you can if you want. Probably no one's watching. So hand about an inch above your head, and then without moving anything else, just extend your head to hit your hand. You'll feel those abdominal muscles engage. And breathe in. All right, long 2-count breath in the nose, 3-count exhale out the mouth. We're vacuuming out the lungs, creating space for these greater efforts. And the greater efforts now are going to come from more of an endurance interval, right? We're not pushing to our max pace. We're holding. So right now you have another 30 seconds before you're going to give me a gear shift. So right now you're strong, you're confident. If I walked away right now and said run here for the next 45 minutes, you'd be happy at this pace. So nice and strong, long through that spine, quicken the feet. Let's check in with our cadence early on here. 10 more seconds. We're going to pick it up. So how many steps per minute can you take? All right, in 4, 3, 2, 1, gear 2. So pick it up. If I were going to ask you to run comfortable pace for a half hour only, what's a pace you are confident you can maintain? That's the pace I want you at right now. For some of you who have come to my cadence distance classes before, we're talking lactate threshold pace here. So again, what I'm asking you, what you would run for a workout comfortable for a half hour is not the same as what you would, it is actually probably the same as what you would race for a 10K or half marathon race. We don't tend to do our workouts the exact distance and pace. So for example, my marathon I did last fall, I was training to run somewhere around a 7:20 pace. I wouldn't go out and train at 26.2 miles at that pace. I would do shorter runs at that pace, all right? So that's where some of the discrepancy comes in here. All right, so we are coming up on just over 30 seconds to go here, and then we're gonna go into our final gear shift of interval segment number 1, okay? So hold strong right here. You probably feel that breath shortening a little bit, that heart rate picking up. Relax into it. This is good. This is running. This is where we gain our fitness, our strength, our speed, all those intervals you did earlier this week. This is a workout to kind of hone that fitness from that. So when we come into next week's workout, you're going to be faster and stronger. So we're going to give me your final gear shift in 3, 2, 1, 90 seconds. Number 3, segment number 1 is almost done. And you're picking it up the pace here. My racers, find that 5K race pace. Otherwise, you're looking for about a 7 to an 8 out of 10 effort, knowing that at the end of this 90 seconds, you're not dropping into a full-on recovery. You're dropping back to that pace that you started. We're going right back into the first 90 seconds of segment number 2. All right, so again, the goal would ultimately be to run this whole class, but if your comfortable pace for an hour right now is walking, absolutely fine. You're still getting the same workout. You're getting the same workout if you showed up here and just moved until the end of class. But right now, I want to really challenge you guys to hone those gears, all right? So we're halfway through this final 90-second segment. So we're honing those gears. What this is going to help you with is when you get out and you are increasing your mileage, a lot of people struggle with all right, slow is slow and fast is sprinting. What I want to work with you guys on is where is that middle ground of I'm exerting a sustainably difficult effort, okay? So we've got 20 more seconds and then we're going to drop back to gear number 1. So holding strong right here, recognizing you are not going to that edge right now. You might start to feel close to your edge during the last few intervals, and that's okay. But right now we're just starting to relax, open up our hearts. We are dropping it back right now. Let's drop it back. Gear number 1, your starting pace. Again, this starting pace is going to be faster than what you would usually recover at. I'm asking you guys to trust your hearts right here. It's going to settle back in. This is going to start to feel more comfortable. You've got this. So good. So segment number 1 is done. Nice job. All warmed up now. So good. So in 30 seconds, 1 minute, we're going right back to gear number 2. Okay, so again, your heart rate might not be super down as it is in some recoveries, and that's okay. So just open up through those shoulders. Long inhale through the nose, filling the backs of those lungs, maybe thinking to that area between your shoulder blades. Send the breath back there. Your shoulder blades are your wings, so imagine sending the breath in and the wings spread wide, getting ready to pick up the pace in 30 seconds. Right now, strong, confident, relaxed, endurable. You guys are great. So good. So starting to recognize after that first segment, where did you accumulate unnecessary tension? Are your shoulders up in your ears? If they are, let them fall. Are you gritting your teeth at all? Let that jaw relax. Focus on breath, strong in the core. Gear shift now. Gear 2. So again, if I were going to ask you to run comfortably hard for 30 minutes, or my racers, finding that lactate threshold pace, that 10K to half marathon pace, settling in there. So heart rate is picking up, breath is getting a little shorter, but we're good. We're still strong and durably difficult. That's where we're at, right here. So going back to it, open that heart. Shoulders are relaxed down, not forcing them down away from the ears, just letting them relax, melting away. Tension melting off your jaw. Breathing into that solar plexus heart area, sending all the light and energy into there. Strong in that core, long in that spine, everything floating while your feet are flying. Nice job, guys. Again, that cadence. How quick can I get my foot to pop up and over, as little time in contact with the ground as possible. That'll make this feel way more natural. We've got 20 seconds, and we are shifting to gear 3. Already almost done with segment number 2. You guys are just cruising through this morning. Nice job. So good. 10 seconds, and we are shifting. 4, 3, 2, 1, and shift. Final 90 seconds here. So good. Again, not pushing it straight straight to that edge, knowing that you're dropping it back to more of a run or a more intentionally paced walk, okay? So we're running only as fast as you know you are confident, dropping it back to a faster recovery pace, okay? So deliberately holding back a little, not sprinting, practicing not sprinting. So good, guys. Looking for that 7 to 8 out of 10 effort, strong and fast. Feel those feet flying, nice and naturally fast pace, guys. Your bodies were made to do this. So good. Almost halfway through this final 90 seconds interval. So good, halfway there. Nice and strong. Again, resisting any impulse to make it an all-out sprint at the end, because you are not done yet. You're continuing on this run. 45-minute journey. So good, guys. Feeling that slight sense of chaos in the heart and the lungs and relaxing into that. Just knowing this discomfort you're creating is endurable. You could go faster even if you wanted to, but you are gonna relax into this discomfort right here. 10 seconds and we are dropping it back to gear 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it back. Easy-ish. Still intentional. Good morning, Brock. Welcome. All right. 2 segments done. Going into segment number 3 already. So you are running at that pace that you started at, that you defined for yourself as the pace that you were comfortable maintaining for 45 minutes to an hour. All right. So strong running. Yes, this pace is not going to feel as easy as the intervals accumulate, but that's okay. Trust yourself, trust your body, relax into it. Grateful it's easier than that final interval of the segment. Open up your heart, let your body relax. You guys have got this so strong, running toward the weekend. Exciting times. All right, in 45 seconds, we are shifting to gear number 2. So Brock, you just jumped in. Gear number 2, you do come to my Cadence Systems class. That's lactate threshold pace. All right. So, you know where you're at with that. All right, 25 seconds and we are shifting. So nice and strong. So looking over Brett right here. He's still, not yet, 15 seconds. He's nice and confident in that pace, but it's not a full-on recovery. All right, shifting gears in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Morning, Stacy. Welcome to class. Here we go. So notice here with Brett's form, not too much change. Still getting those feet up and over off the ground, nice and relaxed, just letting the treadmill or the faster pace do the work for you. And you just open up your heart, maybe fall forward a little bit. Use your own body as a force to create gravity to use to your advantage. So if I'm long through my spine, open through my heart right here, and I start to hinge ever so slightly from my ankles, slightest ever swan dive, then my body's gonna naturally fall forward and I have to pick up my feet over and over to catch myself, right? Awesome job, guys. So good. So good. Right here. Holding back only so much as to give me a final gear shift, knowing that you're going back to the pace you were just at as your recovery. So little mental challenges going on here. You're constantly having to think, okay, knowing that I want to pick up the pace from where I'm at right now, how much do I have to hold back? But also knowing I'm looking for a stronger effort than where I was just at, where do I have to be at? So might be some minute gear shifts, and that's okay. We're really using this workout as an opportunity to tease that out. Shift, right? Shift. All right, gear 3, here we go. Gear 3 right now, 90 seconds. Again, not looking for that threshold between endurable and unendurable, settling in right below it. Endurably uncomfortable, 5K race pace right there. Settle in, 90 seconds to go. Nice job, guys. Open in the heart, strong in the core. Feet are flying, everything else floating. You guys are doing awesome. Again, you've paced yourself accordingly. You are able to hold this for 90 seconds, knowing in 45 seconds you get to drop back to what you define for yourself as that easier pace. Okay, again, I'm challenging you to go back to that same pace you established at the beginning of class, but you know your different conditions you are working with. Again, some of you later in your pregnancies, working on heart rate training, whatever it is, you might have your specific limits that you've defined or that you know you need to operate in between. So feel free to ignore some of the things I say, but again, just finding those different gears as you need to define them. 15 seconds and we're back to our easy pace. Awesome job, guys. Long inhale through that nose, still longer exhale out the mouth. Doesn't matter that we picked up the effort, we can still breathe. How awesome is this? Made to run right here. So good. All right, drop it back. Drop it back. So good, guys. 3 done. Nice work. Flying through this workout. So we are dropping back to a nice, confident running pace or fast walking pace, depending where you're at with your fitness. Doesn't matter, as long as you still have some purpose in what we're now defining as our recovery. So good, guys. We get some good mileage in this class. Where have you accumulated unnecessary tension? Are you clenching your fist? Let that grip relax. You're holding onto a butterfly or a potato chip, something delicate. You don't want to crush it. Nice and open in those shoulders. We start to want to collapse forward as the effort gets more difficult. Resist that impulse by growing long through that spine, sending to the breath to the areas between the ribs and the vertebra. Relaxing, braced in the core, floating everywhere else, flying in the feet. We've got 25 seconds and we're going to shift gears again. How's everyone doing? Good. Maybe shoot me an emoji. Let me know you're still here. You're thriving, you're surviving, whatever it is. 10 seconds and we're shifting again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gear 2. Awesome job, guys. Woo! Thumbs up. Awesome job. Gear 2. So again, looking for that lactate threshold pace, endurably difficult, but still knowing you have one more gear shift, and then knowing that recovery pace is a little faster. So let that inner monologue percolate in your brain, checking in with yourself. You're always pacing here. It's what makes this a little different style workout than the short, fast intervals where you're just going all out and stopping, all out and stopping. Right here, we're really deliberately pacing, and that's awesome training for you too. So good. Nice work, guys. Over halfway through, interval number 2 here. Getting ready, looking forward to that final gear. Even though we know it's going to be a harder effort, we also know it's going to take us closer to that. Hey, Kayla.
Hi.
Say hi to Kayla. It's going to take us closer to that recovery effort. Awesome job. 15 seconds. Let's get excited here. Give yourself one last long inhale through the nose, longer exhale through the mouth. We're shifting gears in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we shift. Next 90 seconds, looking for that 5K race pace. Holding strong. By holding on, we mean letting go. So what can you let go of that you don't need to take you to these next 90 seconds? All right, so good, guys. And there's no right or wrong on pace. It's still just effort-based. Finding that point where you are comfortable dropping back to a harder recovery. So good, guys. 1 minute to go, a little less than a minute. What's going on with your feet as your legs start to fatigue? Do you start to slacken your cadence a little bit? Don't let those feet linger on the ground. Let them pop up and over like our bodies are made to do. specifically engineered with an Achilles heel, unlike any other animal, responsible for our elastic energy storage that allows our feet to pop up and over, absorbing that impact and springing you forward. You're literally like a spring. 20 seconds to go, guys. Long and open and strong and flying. 15 seconds. Again, pacing here, resisting the impulse to sprint because you know you are not dropping back into an all-out recovery. You're dropping back into a strong but still comfortable running pace. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 90 seconds. 4 done, which means we are halfway there. I know counting 8 at the beginning sounds like a lot, but once you've done 4 and you're like, oh, 4 more, you guys have got this halfway through. And again, if I asked you to hold this pace you're at right now just for the next half of class, you'd be totally fine doing it. But we're gonna tease out some efforts beyond there to get you to the point where maybe your easy pace is a little bit faster in the next couple weeks. Maybe we'll come back to this workout in a couple weeks. Morning, Taylor. So good, guys. Nice job. And letting go of that whole first half of class, all right? Maybe let your mind digest the whole first half. Where did you hold back a little too much? Where did you push a little too hard? All that's okay. That's all part of the experimentation process. First half is done. We're looking forward to the second half. Every interval is its own interval. Just looking for that next strong effort. In 20 seconds, we are going to gear 2. Again, your lactate threshold pace, your endurably difficult effort. If I was going to ask you to run for 30 minutes only, where would you go with that? 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift gears. Gear 2. Again, it's okay. Gear 2. So, a pace that is somewhere in the middle. A pace that you know is faster than where you just were, but also holding back enough that you have another gear shift ahead of you. Knowing that third gear shift is not shifting back into full-on recovery. I know I'm being a little redundant, but I really want you guys to have this inner monologue going on in your head so that you practice pacing yourselves. Nice work, guys. So good. Coming up, not halfway through. Gear 2. So relaxed. Again, we're going to feel fatigue as these intervals accumulate. This interval is not going to feel the same as the first interval. Totally fine. Doesn't mean you can't endure these same paces and these same efforts that you set forth for yourself. 30 seconds and we're going to gear 3. So what sense of relaxation from this endurably difficult effort can you take to the slightly less endurable but still endurable effort? So good, guys. 15 seconds. Give yourself spread through the wings. Again, no one's beside you. You're not going to hit them. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gear 3. Shift now. 5K race pace. Creating that little bit of chaos in your heart and your lungs. Not comfortable here, but we're still okay. Endurably uncomfortable. So good, guys. Knowing now in just over a minute, you get to drop back to what we've defined as an easier running pace. All right, we are in the second half of class now. So if you want to challenge yourself, maybe you've had your first 90 seconds as more of a fast walk or a slow jog. If you want to increase the pace of that recovery, if you feel like you've held back enough that you've got that in you, go ahead. Bar is lifted. Go ahead and take a little risk in that way. I would much rather have you start at a faster recovery pace for these than I would have you go to an all-out sprint the last 90 seconds, okay? So I still want you guys practicing that pacing. Nice job. 1 minute down here. 30 seconds. Running toward that recovery. Right? Running toward for the recovery. Yep. Got my count checker here. 15 seconds. morning, Erica and Stephanie. Welcome to class. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it back. Again, we're dropping it back to a purposeful recovery pace. So maybe now that we are well into the second half of class, maybe you want this recovery pace to be a little bit faster. Morning, Austin. So challenging the pace to be a little faster. If you can, maybe you set the perfect pace for yourself. Hold there. Also, no shame. If you started too fast and you need to back it off a little more. Again, whatever you need to do, but we are practicing pacing here. How is everyone doing?
Walking.
Brett might have started too fast, and that's okay.
I ran too many days in a row.
Okay. Different bodies every day. Again, maybe you ran too many days in a row. Maybe you didn't sleep as well last night. Wherever you are, whatever body you show up with today, that's why I loved the perceived exertion scale. I might have one workout one day, be flying at a pace for my easy pace, and flying even faster for my hard pace, and then show up the next day, try to do the same workout, and my recovery pace might be, I don't know, non-existent. So anyway, 15 seconds and we're going to gear 2 again. So strong, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Gear 2. Lactate threshold pace. Endurably uncomfortable, but not so uncomfortable that you can't give me one more gear shift. Oh, Larry, hi. You popped in there. Nice and relaxed. Again, what is going on in your mind and body? Where are you tensing up? Are you like, oh my gosh, all this pacing, so confusing, I'm so stressed, I'm not doing it right. I know that's some of the stress I run into in workouts sometimes. It's like, oh, I'm doing it wrong, I'm failing at this. No, you're not. You're here, you are moving, you've got this. So good, guys. Halfway through gear 2, about to switch to gear 3. So good. Nice sigh of relief, even in this gear 2. What's going on in your glutes? Are they firing, or are you starting to let go there? Again, get those glutes strong, engaged, like you've got a $100 bill between your butt cheeks. Just a piece of paper so you don't have to full on clench, but you also don't want that $100 bill to fall out, so they are engaged. And then from there, vertebra at your tailbone growing long and relaxing as you do. 10 seconds from gear 3, guys. We've got this. Get excited. Gear 3 is the closest you come to flying this class. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And same thing here, guys. If you want to push gear 3 a little faster than you've been pushing it, go for it on one condition. You are not dropping to a slower gear 1. All right? So that's the deal you make with yourself. I have permission to pick up the pace here, but my recovery pace is still going to be just as strong, all right? Nice work, guys. So good. Coming up on just 1 minute to go here. After this next minute, we're only going to have 2 more segments left in class. So strong. Nice work, guys. Relaxed in that grip, thinking to that Achilles, not making it work, just letting it work for you. Allowing your foot to operate like a spring. Pop, 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 up and over, even on fatigued legs. We are made to do this. Embracing the fact that our bodies are sweating. We're engineered with these sweat glands to cool ourselves down. No matter how hot you feel, your body is working to keep your body temperature exactly where it needs to be. 30 seconds. So good, guys. Again, nice and strong here. If you're picking up the pace at all, it's under the condition that you're going back to a strong recovery pace. So we're not running faster now to recover slower. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to 90 seconds recovery, and we're into our second to last interval already. Nice job. See, these lack of actual recoveries make class go by quicker, right? Right. I love that. And I don't love that I can't hear you, but I do love that I can answer my own questions as right, even if all of you are like, no, this is taking forever. You're doing awesome. So good. 1 minute. We're going to our second to last gear 2. So here we go. Let's get focused. Smile on your face though. How grateful are you that you are healthy enough amidst everything going on to show up with me and run this morning? That is awesome. So running with gratitude, grateful for our hearts and lungs and our feet and our legs and this virtual community that showed up to run with you. You are all awesome. 30 seconds. We're heading toward gear 2. Opening up in that heart. Spreading those wings. Again, if you want to pick up the pace a little bit here into your recovery, as long as you're giving me those 2 gear shifts and recovering at the pace you pick it up to, totally fine. 10 seconds. Gear 2 in 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift it up. Second to last, gear 2 of class. Holding back only so much as to give me 1 more gear shift. Also having it in your mind that the recovery pace is faster than usual recovery. So let that fly through your head and then let it go. Trust yourself at this point. The majority of class is behind you. Your body knows what to do. It's getting this pacing down. Let go here, guys. Let's just use these intervals as celebratory intervals. All right, so strong. Nice and relaxed. Braced in that core. Floating everywhere else while your feet are flying. Pop, 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 pop. Up and over, up and over. All of us are road runners. Amazing job. So good. Amazing job, guys. 30 seconds from our gear 3. We are ready. Relax right here, knowing the effort's going to get a little harder, but also knowing you're only there 90 seconds. You guys have got this. So good. 15 seconds. You know where you're going. Get excited about it. Hey, Laura. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's shift. Gear 3. Second to last time in gear 3. Again, bonus challenge. If you want to make this your fastest gear 3 of class yet, go for it. On the condition that you're not running any slower or walking any slower in gear 1. If you think that you're going to have to back it off too much in gear 1 to accommodate a faster pace in gear 3, then pace yourself here. Again, that's the class too. We are practicing pacing. So good, but increasing the effort within our pacing strategy. Again, eventually the goal is that gear 1 feels easier at a faster pace. So good, guys. So excited. You guys are going to see all your hard work of showing up here day to day paying off. Amazing job. Halfway through, and then we are going in to our last interval in 45 seconds. So good, guys. Again, knowing you've got 45 seconds in your second to last gear 3. If you want to pick it up, do it under the condition that gear 1 isn't even slower. Also knowing we're in the finish line stretch of class. So if you want to take a risk, go for it. We're not crossing that threshold into unendurable. Everything is endurable here. Distance runners just like we were made to be. So strong, guys. 10 seconds and we're backing off the pace one last time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back it off. Recover. Recovering at an intentional pace. If you haven't tried recovering at a run yet this class, and you have the fitness or potential fitness and the heart rate, no other health conditions that are going to allow you to do it, go ahead and try to make this last gear 1 a running recovery. Even if your other gear shifts are only 0.1 miles an hour faster, that's totally okay. We've got just one more interval ahead of us, guys. 1 minute from our last gear 2 of class. Shake off anything, any negative thoughts that have come into your mind, any sort of tension you've accumulated in your jaw and your shoulders. Let it all go. We're getting ready to fly here. Victory laps ahead of us. So good, guys. 40 seconds away from gear 2. What can you let go of to run stronger, to run faster? So good. Who are you running for this morning? What are you running for? Get that intention in your mind. All that mumble jumble inner monologue stuff I've been throwing at you all class long, let it go now. You've got these gears. They're instilled in you. You've got this. 10 seconds and we are going to gear 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gear 2. Nice job, guys. The end of gear 2 and gear 3 is your full-on cool down. I don't care what pace you do that cool down at. All right? So, holding back in gear 2 only enough to give me a final strong gear shift in gear 3. You guys should feel so accomplished here. The majority of this workout is behind you. All you've got to do now is trust your body, trust your heart, let go and fly. So good, guys. One more minute, and then we're going to our final gear shift of class. Nice job. So strong, so fast. Made to do this. Thank you to my heart. Yes, you're beating fast, but it's reminding me that you're there working for me. Thank you to my lungs. Yes, your breathing is labored, but you're here, you're working for me. And my legs, yeah, you're tired. So what? You are flying for me. Your body is working for you this morning, and you showed up for it. That is awesome. Keep going, guys. So good. 20 seconds from our final gear shift. Shake off any last bit of tension. Roll long through that spine. We're gonna imagine in 10 seconds, the gust of wind at your back. I'm pulling you back in a slingshot, getting ready to let you go into your final gear class in 3, 2, 1. Fly, guys. Final gear. Don't worry about holding anything back here. Find that threshold between undurable and unendurable if you want. We are flying to the finish line. Nice job. Morning, Lizelle. Good to see you. Morning, Eric. Welcome, guys. Again, you guys that showed up a little later, no big deal. This workout's going to be there for you. And I've also been uploading all of these videos to Glack's YouTube channel. So feel free to go back to them at any point, too. But we're going to keep virtual class going. Nice job, guys. Final minute. Where are you at? If you want to look for that edge, go for it. Now's your chance to do it. Again, some folks in my class are going to ignore exactly what I said about the edge and rest within that heart rate that they know they need to be at. Totally fine. Keep moving forward together. You guys are incredible. 40 seconds to go. Final 40 seconds running toward our cool down. So good, guys. 30 seconds. Go ahead, look for the edge. All right, don't hate me. I'm gonna spring something on you. If you wanna make that last 90 seconds back to a recovery run pace and then cool down, that's your option. I'm gonna hang with you through it. But wherever you're at, you're holding there for the next 10 seconds. I'm gonna talk you through a final 90-second recovery, jogging. But if you wanna just stop and cool down, totally fine. 3, 2, 1. Jogging. All right. Jogging.
Huh?
Jog it out. Jog it out. Jog it out. I'll jog it out with you guys. Nice work. We've got this. Again, totally fine if you want to stop, if you pushed it beyond that edge. But if you've got 90 seconds to jog, nice job, Brett. Awesome work. Shaking it out. Just use this jog. It's a nice shake out. Letting go of all the tension, celebrating all the work you just put in, going into the weekend so fit, so fast, and so strong. One more minute, nice and easy running, and then we are gonna cool it down to whatever pace you want. Woot is right, Alyssa and Ted. So good. Last opportunity here. Brace that core. Brace those glutes. Open up that heart. Let it absorb all of the benefits of this class. You guys are awesome for being here this Friday morning. Worked so hard. We ran so much. It was not an easy class, so way to commit to it. 10 seconds, and you're in whatever remainder of the cool down you want to do. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. I'd arguably say doing that faster cool down might even be harder than pushing it to the edge thinking it's the end, having to run that extra 90 seconds, but you guys did it so good. All right, how's everyone doing? How are we feeling? Do we have any questions? I'm here for the next couple minutes if anyone has any questions or anything. I really miss running with you guys in person. So good. Don't have to say anything. You can shoot an emoji. How are you feeling after class? Anything. Waiting for Brett's emoji. Awesome, Heather. Thank you. We're so happy to have you here. And I know Heather and I were talking about this last night, but with everything going on, one of the silver linings really is that some of you are able to show up that I don't always get to see. Good, Brock. That's awesome. You should be sweating like crazy. So good. Very much. Again, some of you have come to my Cadence distance class on Fridays before, but this is very much that sort of a workout. So way to just jump right into it. And again, if you guys have any friends that aren't Great Lakes Athletic Club members that might be interested in trying one of these live classes, just have them request to join GLAC Runners. I moderate the group. I will accept them. They can join us. So that'll be awesome. Thank you for being here. Oh, well, everyone, make sure after class, don't just hydrate. Make sure you get some electrolytes in, whatever sort of electrolyte drink is good for you. Make sure you're eating enough throughout the day to recover so you can show up next week nice and strong. So good. And again, anytime you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message on Facebook in this group. Anything you want to pull the group on. We've got a really engaged group here, so keep the conversation going. Awesome, Marissa. You did amazing. Thanks for being here. You guys have a great weekend, okay? Again, message me anything you need. All right. Bye. Thanks for being here.